the names. You gotta switch the names.
What's going on, everybody?
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to Top 8 of Emergency Run It Back Again. My name is Momo, and I'm here once again with Ubel, who refuses to go home.
Yeah, it's not happening until Koopa gets here, which will be supposed to be at least, as I checked my non-existent watch 10 minutes ago. So you know what happens.
Fair enough.
But he'll be here shortly. He was playing some Pokemon trading card game over at, I think it was Passaic.
Okay. That's cool.
It's pretty rad.
That's cool. Good for him. Good for him branching out and having other hobbies.
It's fun. It's cool.
Good for him.
Card games are fun, and you should think about, if you played card games before, think about picking them up again.
I don't play the one card game I can really like face off. Like the last one I played was probably Binding of Isaac 4 Souls. That game is fun. You ever play that game?
No,
That's very fun.
Card games are cool.
They're very cool. Listen, man, being as a guy who just ran through most of the top 16 with my good friend Intunis, how are you feeling about this bracket so far? Especially these guys stepping up right now.
It's been a weird bracket thus far, just when it comes to some of the people that have continued to perform. I mean, we're going to see like some players that don't usually are able to find upsets, but they've actually made a sustained run, like Syrup already in losers, Beast actually finding a win on a major member, which is him, because it normally seems like Jakal and Syrup are really big bracket demons for him. And then LeoN just being like this sustained force that he typically is. So it's been a lot of consistency and ebb and flow with a lot of the players that were shown on the stream. But it's nice to see a matchup that has a lot of history behind it. And both of these two have an extremely close set record across
10 and 13.
Yeah, across years of just playing each other. It's not the same type of 70+ sets that you'll see Jakal and Zamba have or Jakal and Syrup, but it is still that is 23 sets with a very small margin for error for both a character that can get comboed really hard in Bowser and a character with a very small margin for error like Wolf, who can just die out of nowhere.
It's funny looking at this match because it's literally just like a Christmas tree, just red, green, red, green, red, green. It's like Jakal wins, LeoN wins. You guys are going back and forth. And you see it right now. They just play very safe at each other. Obviously, Jakal playing somewhat of a safe approach right now. LeoN, of course, playing very safely at the ledge, too. Going to catch a jump there. Yeah, they're just taking it slow so far.
Yeah, it's a matter of experience when it comes to both these two. And those are the types of trades that you can really start to afford to take, and the type of situations that LeoN really likes to set up. I love that shield angle down, by the way. A lot of times Jakal will try and present platform pressure by nature of back air. So by angling your shield down, you're putting Jakal in just a worse position just to kind of set up back air for you. Another high recovery from Jakal going. That's going to net another flying slam. LeoN just holding steady and finding the 2-frame as well with that down angle forward tilt. Everything going right for LeoN, who honestly has been playing some of his best match with it recently.
Yeah, speaking of bad positions for Jakal, that ledge against Bowser is so tough in this matchup for Wolf. Obviously, the flamethrower doing so much work, and LeoN even coming off the ledge too, just using that huge neutral B to cover Wolf from all these angles. It's really tough for him. Of course, the character that relies a lot on that back air, you can't clip the stock so early because even something like his Nair, which is supposed to be a small circle, outranges that back air, which is ridiculous.
Landing with that back air again, though. Sometimes it's just something you gotta throw out. Wolf will reach these positions
and he will go all the way down to that position. He can't reach that position. Can't reach the ledge from there.
Cannot make it back from that point in time. But it's consistent. Not now.
Oh whoa.
Leave.
Wow, that guy really wanted to play friendlies with you, man.
He really tried to come up and say, hey, play it right now.
He wanted to play some friendlies with you really badly, man. He wanted to money match you. And we're seeing the Sonic come out.
Wow.
See, that was actually a guys from Jakal that take Sonic without us talking about it. So a good option from him. It's a
1-0 LeoN right now. This is best of 5 territory. And this is finally something that I feel like Jakal has been missing in his repertoire. We know he's a really good player. We know he's an incredible player with this Wolf. And Wolf can do a lot of things, against a lot of different characters. But in the metagame right now, and honestly with how players have gotten so experienced, just accepting some of the privilege that Wolf has and just accepting it as normal, you need to have a secondary matchup when you're playing any character that's not like one of the best 3.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's just a matter of how practiced this Sonic is that remains to be seen.
I mean, you're doing a decent job so far. I guess the hardest thing to see from Sonic players in general, and we're seeing from Jakal right now, is closing out that stock. And in a matchup like this, a character that struggles to take stocks versus Bowser is going to be a big thing. Because, you know, the second that he gets a decent amount of rage, he comes down, there's a lot more knockback on those moves, and finds so much damage already. But a nice call out there with that F smash. Jakal doing the one thing he's really trying to do is go off stage and take the stocks early on this Bowser. The nice back air there too. Maybe you can find it here, the second back air.
You've got to just allow the rinse and repeat this situation, and Jakal understanding that sometimes when you have a checkmate situation, the worst thing you can do is overcomplicate it. And when it comes to edge guarding Bowser, just letting that drop zone bear speak for itself, netted Jakal to stock just in the nick of time before things got a little bit too snowbally out of hand. Oh, I love that jump off of the spin dash in order to get on the platform and ladder a couple up airs in that. When it comes to Sonic, like the hardest thing to learn for playing this character is how to game. When you have a lead as Sonic, everything's hunky-dory. You're able to run away at a whim. Disengaging is no problem. All of that good stuff and all the things that the character is naturally good at comes to fray. But gaining the lead, closing out stocks, being the finisher early in games, that's the hardest part. I mean, just the fact that LeoN has found a lot of success with his slight burst options, playing to the corner, minimizing in these smaller spaces where Sonic doesn't have as much space to run. He's finding a lot of success in terms of making big reads in those kind of locations, and yet another back air out of shield, just tracking and closing down on Jakal's movement to the point where we may be seeing a 2-stock if the cards play right here for LeoN.
And that's going to be an untackable back air right there. Yeah, I think LeoN's playstyle just like benefits him really well, where the only time you're going to be hitting him, he leaves you very small openings in the match. See, a lot of the players that really tend to take wins over him are those big touch of death players, like Zamba, for example, right? But you see someone like this, like playing Sonic, who doesn't really do the best at that. Like maybe has the longest time does like maybe 50, 60%, maybe something cheeky off the ledge. But against Bowser, who lives for so long, you need a consistent way to take those stocks. Obviously, off stage is a good option. We saw Jakal the first stock with those back airs, but just doing that consistently is just very, very hard thing to do against LeoN. And he's showing it right now. He's already looking very comfortable against this Sonic.
Yeah, committing to that Sonic as well, which is, I think, important for Jakal. I mean, we could be seeing at a regional like this, just like Jakal trying to actually find that level of trust in his secondaries up against players that he knows, like, he's not just going to be able to better player. Like, of course, that's the ideal that you want to, where in the positions where, like, oh, character doesn't matter, I'm just going to be better and I'll win anyway. It's like, oh, the character difference is actually going to matter here. And against LeoN, I think having that extra bit of practice is going to be so, so important. Maybe this is the start of a new chapter. Maybe that new chapter starts right now if he's able to complete the reverse 3-0. We will have to see, but able to finally establish center. Oh, going for some lingering nair setups. That's a little bit of practice and a little bit of time putting in for Jakal as he looks to try and convert off of some of these and gain that lead back.
Yeah, of course, LeoN trying to fight his way back here, trying to find an opening with an aerial against Jakal right now. Jakal really doing finally playing a lot more patient with these openings and really taking advantage when he finds them. Not going to find that jump on there. I'm liking the Phantom Footstool there from LeoN. So sitting pretty comfortably here. Now you're off stage again against the Sonic. But going straight through the spring, that's been a big thing. Usually goes for those spring gimps, but taking the up, going straight through it. And that F tilt is going to close it out. LeoN playing this very smart and very close to the ground.
Yeah, Momo, like we're watching LeoN just like try and look for a space, like just picking a position on the stage. Typically it's wherever he lands. And it's like, okay, I'm going to make this small vicinity completely under my control. Because Sonic can do this. Sonic can run full stage across the screen, pivot cancel forward tilt, and poke you in positions where you really don't want to be poked in. So trying to lock down smaller positions has gotten LeoN a ton of success. Love that extension there from Jakal, by the way. Getting back air into another up air, every little bit of damage helps.
Yeah, you mentioned angling his shield earlier, and definitely a very pivotal thing with a character like Bowser, who obviously the one thing, like you said, is just picking his positionings, playing super patiently, and is like, having that defense on lock, that's a big thing. Of course, like still locking down the ledge here. He's just stopping Jakal from getting those openings, and then when he does commit, angling it perfectly so that he does overcommit. But of course, Jakal finally going to find an opening there with that back air. Now look, sitting this Bowser at the ledge again, but LeoN just comes right back on and catches the jump. The one thing LeoN is really doing here is just jumping a lot.
When it comes to Bowser, like having that forward air it's your like your quintessential spot dodge read, and Jakal has been spot dodging quite a bit in order to play around exactly that flying slam. But with no rage, he's gonna be able to survive that initial throw. But the forward throw is going to seal the fate. This is the best look that Jakal has seen thus far in that second hit of up air, staggering it, just missing the follow up, which is gonna net you 40, even high, almost 60. Oh man.
That's the thing, man. Jakal is just using a lot of these laggier options against Bowser. You cannot afford to do that right now. That down air not doing you any favors. Of course, LeoN getting a little overzealous there, too. Big, nice combo there, 47% on the board. Actually, landing there again, yeah, again, catching that jump habit of LeoN, but going high there, not going to get punished. I like the idea there from LeoN to avoid that edge guard. Again, looking very comfortable on this ledge and getting a little crazy, too.
The back air was just, like, I think that might have been literally a frame late, but you're finding your way down.
This might be a platform? Yeah, you are gone.
Man, he found his way down with just a raw down air, which is, like, LeoN's decision making has always been the peak of his play style, because he's been playing a character with a bad disadvantage for such a long time.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was able to, like, the fact that he's able to mix in the bare bones basic options with legitimate, like, creative ways to get down and creative ways to get away from bad situations. I got to move back in on the camera. Hi, everybody.
Hey, hi guys. What's going on?
It's a testament to LeoN's, like, prestige as a player and just understanding of, like, different matchups and different positionings. But I will not ramble on any further.
Thank you, Uwe, for the singular set. Very much a pleasure. Go play friendlies.
I will play some games.
Go have some good friendlies.
I'm going to pass it off to Koopa. He's right there from playing Pokemon.